I kind of want to put on my glasses so I can see, because I'll be really far away. But if the glare becomes annoying, I'll check and then I'll just take them off. But happy Wednesday. This is the second episode. We're going to talk about the fear of the unknown. And I feel like when people hear that saying, it's very like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, the fear of the unknown. That's what we're going to talk about. How I find excitement in the unknown. And I feel like a lot of people should try to find excitement in not knowing what's next. Because it took me a very long time to be okay with the unknown. And I'm going to talk about how I've been doing it. And what I do, like different things that help me not be afraid in certain situations of what's going to happen. So yeah, we're going to talk about it now. Okay, so let's get into it. If you're new here, because I only have one episode before this, if you want, go watch the last 2 videos that I have uploaded on my page, on my YouTube channel, and it will give you kind of a backstory or an idea of what I'm going to be doing in this series. But to give you a short example, I'm basically going to be I'm basically going to be doing different topics every week, every Wednesday, and I'm just going to be as real as possible with my experiences and how I deal with those said situations and topics. We're just going to talk about it, and we are going to paint while doing it. And a disclaimer, I am not an artist as much as I wanted to be. I mean, I'm going to have hope that this is going to turn out better than the last one, but I don't know yet. But I do have an idea to use some masking tape. Well, drafting tape. Masking, drafting, it's okay. It's for when I had to do my drafting, which now that I think about it, it's probably not going to stick as good as masking tape. Damn it. Because it's a little bit... Actually, no, I'm lying. It's definitely going to stick. But it's my drafting tape that I use for my drafting table in school. But it's not, it doesn't have the best stick to it. That's the thing. It's annoying. Like, it has like minimal stick because it's used to sticking on like a certain desk. I don't know, but we're gonna try. But I have an idea to use tape to do different shapes or so on this. But I have my little easel, I have this, I have a couple straight edge tools just in case I want to use those as well. And then I have a bunch of paint. What I've been learning to do over the years, when I used to be really young, I actually constantly, and actually my teenage years and everything, and up to about 4 years ago, I had the constant anxiety. I don't know if I want to say anxiety, but I don't want to like say that I have something when I don't think I do. But, or who knows, I never got checked. But I have always had that fear or like overthink. I am a huge overthinker, and I've always overthought what was next on my path. Ever since I was little, I was always worried about the next step. Even when I stepped into situations and I didn't know what was going to happen next, I always feared about what could go wrong or what could not come out of the situation and what I want to come out of it. And I realized that was very, very draining throughout the whole, many years of my life, and that's how I lived. I panicked before I did things, before I went anywhere, because I would think about what could possibly go wrong. And I learned in my adult years that you can't really control that. That is out of your control, but the only thing that you can do is really set yourself up to succeed. And I noticed to be very positive before going into the situation. And 9 times out of 10, and it has worked for me, is before I'm going into a situation, I like to acknowledge that I'm fearful about what might come. But I also, after I acknowledge that, I think about how That's out of my control. The only thing that I can think about in that very moment is to think about all the good things that could come out of it, not the bad things. What lessons could I learn about the situation? Let me put some tape on here and then I'll come back to you to talk. So, I think that we all know that not knowing what's next or what's around the corner can be extremely daunting and fear-ridden. And I think a lot of us do suffer with that, about not being able to know what's coming next, it's freaking out and everything. Whether it's long-term or it's short things, or like 5 minutes from now, or you have this meeting or this event or some kind of party or going out that night with your friends, like you have that fear of like, oh my gosh, like what could happen, the unknown. I think we all realize that it can be very extremely daunting, but what I have done, I have really, over the years, I've learned to find excitement in those situations. And I know that sounds crazy. That might seem very extreme and unrealistic for some people, but for me, I have really learned that it's literally out of my control sometimes, so I might as well just take those fearful, I like to call them like fearful nerve butterflies instead of like joyous butterflies. I've turned them into joyous butterflies in situations or things that I'm going into. I like to think of it as that. So before I go to do anything, I think about, remember what I said, I realize that I have a little bit of nervous like fear going on in me before I'm doing something, and I recognize that, and then I immediately turn my mind towards being a little bit more positive and thinking about what is this situation going to teach me, what can I take from it, and that literally helps me out so much because it gets my mind off of being fearful, and I don't think about all the ways that it can go wrong. I just think about how it can go right. And in that process, as I'm thinking about something that could go awesome, I start to do, and this is like anything, but I'll give you an example. Last summer I was joining a acting class and I did it out of the blue. I just thought, well, I'm gonna sign up for this. I feel like it would be really cool. It will help with my public speaking. It would be cool to be an actress, but I'm just doing it mostly for public speaking and something, I like trying new things, so I'm constantly trying to push myself in a way that it gets me out of my comfort zone and brings that kind of excitement and fear in me in not knowing what's gonna come next. So, and I do that with a lot of things, but the acting class, I had signed up, and I remember this day so clear. I'm heading there, and I get there early, of course, because I don't want to get there late. So, because I like to scope out how I'm gonna get there and like the area that it's in. I like to read the environment before I do it, and I feel like a lot of people do that as well. But it just eases your mind if you're like figuring out and you're just scoping out what your next move is. And I remember calling my grandmother and saying to her like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I have the biggest nerves going into this. She's like, everything's gonna be okay. You know you're gonna be fine. This is gonna be a cool experience that you're gonna do. And I was like, yep, you're totally right. So on the car ride there, I'm saying in my mind mini affirmations. And if you don't do affirmations for yourself, you're missing out. You're not doing affirmations are literally so important in my life, and I feel like a lot of people can do it, should do it, because whether you believe in all that or not, regardless, if you're repeating something in your head over and over again, your mind takes that in. If you're constantly repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, you start to believe it. And that's why you can easily get into a bad place if you keep repeating or keep saying things about yourself that are like very detrimental to your mind and your body, and you keep repeating it to yourself. You're gonna end up believing it, whether it's true or not. You keep saying it to yourself, so your subconscious mind is gonna be like, yep, it's true, or your conscious mind. Conscious mind, eventually your subconscious mind, you're gonna start to believe these things. And so on my way there, I'm repeating over and over in my head, this is gonna be an amazing experience. I'm gonna meet so many people. I'm going to be awesome. When I get there, I'm not gonna be scared. I'm going to be my bubbly self. Nothing but good things are gonna come out of this situation. And I just kept repeating those things in my mind all the way there, after I talked to my grandmother and everything. And I get there early, and I know it's a nice neighborhood because I was from around the area, so I was able to just get there half an hour early, and I just walked, got some fresh air, and basically kept telling myself, like, same things, this is gonna be awesome experience. Repeated those affirmations to myself, and lo and behold, I go, and it was the most amazing experience I've ever had. I pushed myself to get involved in the class. I met really awesome people, and I stayed in that class for a while. I'm still friends with a few of the people, still talk to my acting coach, like, he's awesome. And it was just an overall good experience, but doing those things and then repeating those affirmations and telling yourself, like, hey, going into this situation, I can't control if something bad happens, but I can control my outlook and how I'm putting in my mind that it's going to be an awesome experience. And I'm super weird about all that stuff. I believe the universe, literally, if I'm putting that out into the universe is going to send it back to me trifold. If I'm not putting negative stuff out there, most likely I'm not going to get negative things, because I'm already set up for success in whatever I'm going into. So that's how I do it in like little situations, or like if I'm preparing to do something that I've never done before. It really, 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 really helps. Like starting something new, like a new job. I actually recently just started a new job, and I absolutely love it. It pushed me out of my comfort zone because it's not something that I've ever done before. It's in the medical field, and I've worked in the restaurant industry and hospitality for as long as I've been working, besides like babysitting when I was younger, but since high school till now. And I was extremely hesitant on joining the job just because, I don't know, I was like, I've never done this before, I never want to leave the industry that I'm in. But if you watched my video before this, I said due to COVID I have lost my restaurant job, which was a blessing in disguise, and I absolutely love my restaurant family. I absolutely adore them. They're amazing. They'll be in my life for a very long time. But this blessing in disguise was for me to get out and for me to just take this job and just try something new. And I might not know the outcome. I might not know if I'm gonna like it or if I'm gonna succeed in it. But I'm down for learning something new. I always want to learn something new. So why not just go for it? And I'm so happy I had that mindset, because I did. I just absolutely went for it. And I've been there for a little bit over a month now, and I've met some awesome people there. And it's just like great. It is challenging at times because, like I said, I know how to sell food and beer, and I can tell you how a beer is made and different types of beer, but I cannot deal with health insurance. Well, I can, but I've never done it in the past. I think it's extremely confusing, and I think everybody can tell you that it is. But a lot of the things that I have to learn that I've never learned before, thank God I was blessed with I pick up things very quickly. So that has helped out a lot. But in the process for taking the job, I just told myself, like, hey, look, you don't know the outcome. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to stay forever, but you can choose to try something that you've never tried before. And have that mindset. I absolutely love it, and nothing but good things are coming out of it. Besides, like, starting a new job or going into a new situation, I have really learned to not even focus. Well, obviously I focus on my goals and my future. I want to have a good future, and I want to continue to move forward into my future, but I know that you can't predict the future. You can't. As much as I wish that I could predict the future and that I was a psychic and I had that ability, I just can't. I don't have that ability. If somebody does, can you let a girl know, let's be friends? But in the meantime, I don't have those answers about what's going to come next in my future, and for so many years, that's what I focus on, my next move. And I have been really good at not thinking too far ahead, because especially in 2020, a lot of things are up in the air and things just keep getting thrown at everyone. It's a lot of chaos right now when I wish it wouldn't be, but a lot of things are even more out of your control because we don't know what's happening with this pandemic, and a lot of things in a lot of people's lives are put on hold. So I have been just focusing on my day. Literally, I try not even to think a week out, because that's when I start getting into a freak out matter of I'm not moving fast enough, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing to succeed further and whatever I'm trying to succeed in. And I've been really good at just focusing on my days right now, because the truth is, time is fleeting, and you have to be grateful and thankful for what is happening in the now. Can't think too far ahead. And I've been really good at that. And just being positive and manifesting an awesome outcome in your future and success in whatever you're doing. And that has been really helping me out a lot. I love it. But basically, what I'm trying to say is finding excitement in not knowing, and just accepting the moment for what it is, and just working on that moment in the now, and what you can do better in the moment, what can make you a good person, what can set those positive mindsets for you in whatever you're doing and whatever endeavor that you're doing. I have realized that I really get enjoyment out of that. And I'm smiling so hard right now, but I really like not knowing what's gonna happen. I'm a fan of surprises. If you're not, obviously it's probably gonna be really hard of not knowing. I like not knowing. It's like, what is the fun of it? Me personally, if I know what's gonna happen, or if I know what I'm gonna get out of a situation, it's not that fun to me. I think it might come with, like, secretly I love what I can't have at times. And when things are easily given to you and you're shown the bigger picture right away, to me that's not fun. It's like I don't, and I used to want to know. I haven't always been like this. But like now I'm just like, you know what? I kind of like that I don't know. Because if I knew, I wouldn't want it. I know I wouldn't. If it was just handed to me and it was like, hey, here's a book of what your life is gonna look like, and there was no surprises, I would get extremely bored. And I'd want to like sabotage everything. Maybe not sabotage, but I'd be like, well, this isn't fun. What the hell am I doing? Why is my life so boring? So that's how I like to look at things. I like to be excited. I like to be surprised. As long as I have a positive mindset and I know that I'm going to succeed in whatever I'm going to do and I'm going to get something out of it, aka learning or anything, if I'm going to get anything good out of a situation, then I don't really want to know what's going to happen. Just exciting to me to just not know the known. Yeah, to not know the known. Or to enjoy the unknown. I don't know, I just like it. You don't know what's coming next. Just enjoy what's in front of your face. What you can control, how you can control your attitude to whatever's happening in your life. Just be nice to people. I feel like a lot of people are so mean nowadays, and the respect for others is just insane to me. But not my conversation right now. Just be nice to people, guys. Be nice to yourself. Realize that there's only so much that you can do to just keep up and how much you can predict. Just enjoy your life. I don't know why. Forrest Gump always pops up in my head when I talk like that. Life's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Don't do that, kids. Bad for your teeth. Floss every day. You only floss the teeth you want to keep. I am adding on the finishing touch to this, and I think it's scary. I had an idea, and I tried to go with the unknown, and I tried to draw smiley faces on this because I was like, I don't know, I feel like it will look really cool, but I have a feeling it looks pretty damn scary, if you ask me. But we'll see. Once I take all the tape off, add this finishing touch, we'll see. Alright. We will see. I think I'll add one up here. Add to this little corner. Oh no. Too much paint on that one. It's okay. It's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect. Why are you blue? Alright guys. So, finishing touch. I think I'm finished. I'm going to move this because I know that I'm going to end up knocking it, spilling it all over me, and I don't want that. I already got all this on me. I shouldn't have wore these clothes. It's not the proper attire. But, okay. So first I'm going to show you what it looks like with the tape on. Alright. That's what it looks like. But, I don't know. The more I look at it, I think it's going to look cool. Let me take the tape off real quick and see how it looks. All right, let's pull this bad boy off. but look at it. Are you gonna focus? But I think it looks pretty dang well. I actually would hang that up. I thought it was gonna look scary. I kind of like it. Yeah. I thank you for coming to this video. I hope you like it. I hope you liked the talk that I did about having no fear in the unknown. Literally getting excitement out of it. And excitement out of not knowing what's gonna come next. Just try it. Sometimes I have a feeling that some people are really gonna enjoy it, and just let the shock come. Like, get those butterflies, get those nervous jitters, because on the other side, you're gonna be so happy that you did what you did and that you didn't focus on trying to manipulate and focus and try to have so much structure in a certain situation that's out of your control. And I'm telling you, if you give up that and you start to free your mind and just know that good things are gonna come out of it, or some kind of learning experience, then you will be a-okay. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys like this, and please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment and tell me how you deal with the unknown. Whether you like it, you hate it, just let me know. Have conversations on there. I will try my best and I will respond to you if you like. Yeah, I will see you next Wednesday. I hope you guys like this, and have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye!